Hi everyone. So today during class, we started our first lesson on factoring trinomials. Okay. The first lesson is always when a equals 1. Okay. So I will explain that later. But today is our first lesson. Factoring is a huge part of Algebra 2. So this is the beginning of a really important lesson. Okay. So the first thing I want you guys to do, because this standard form of a quadratic is super important when we're talking about factoring. So what I want you to go do is go ahead and write standard form, and then you could write equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, so that's what you need to write. That's a big note. Okay, we are going to use that. Okay, then I have followed down. And you could see here are the 7 steps that we are going to follow for every single problem we are doing today. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do number 1 with you. I'm gonna try and do my best to. I'm gonna have to keep it at this length. Okay, we are gonna go step by step. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, my first step is to label A, B, and C of this expression. Okay, this is where our quadratic formula our standard form comes in. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to, on the side, we are going to label A equals, B equals, and C equals. Okay, so in this case, we want to find what A, B, and C are. In this case, remember, we could always pretend that there is a 1 in front of an X. So A equals 1, B equals 4, and C equals 3. So we have done step 1. Okay, we are now going to complete step 2, which is to multiply A times C. So 1 times 3 equals 3. So we did number 2. Now what we're going to do is we are going to list all the factors of A times C. We got A times C as 3. Okay, so we are going to list all the factors of A times C. How do we find factors? There are 2 numbers that multiply by each other in order to get 3. So in this case, it's any 2 numbers to multiply to get 3. Okay, so my factors for 3 are 1 and 3, because 1 times 3 equals 3. Okay, so, but those are the only factor pairs I have. Okay, so I have completed step 3. I am then going to go on to step 4. Okay, this one's a little different because we only have 1 factor pair. Okay, so in this case, we are finding all the factor pairs of A times C that add up to get B. Okay, we only have 1 factor pair, so this one's pretty easy. Okay, so if we look, the factor pair is 1 and 3. Okay, if we add 1 and 3, we get 4. And 4 is our B. So we know that this factor pair works. Okay, so I'm going to put a check mark next to 4, okay, because we know that A times C is 3, and then the factor pair 1 and 3 adds up to 4, okay? Then my next step is to write 2 sets of parentheses. 2 sets of parentheses should be written as so, okay? So that would be my step 5, so I can check that off. When my next step for 6 is when A equals 1, you can write an X in both parentheses. So in this case, if A equals 1, you will write the X as so. Okay, so step 6 is done. And then the last step we are looking at is step 7, which is we are filling in the parentheses with the factors chosen. So the factors chosen were 1 and 3. They are both a positive 1 and 3, so you are going to fill in the parentheses as so. Plus 1 and plus 3. And that's your answer. So this is how you complete factoring, okay? We are going to do the next one together, okay? I'm going to zoom in a little bit because I need some room. Okay, I know the steps. I will read them out to you. Okay, so my first step is to label A, B, and C. My A in this case is 1. My B in this case is -5. And my C in this case is +6, okay? So I have done step 1. My step 2 is to multiply A times C, which is 1 times 6 and gives me a 6, okay? Step 3 is then to find all the factors of A times C. So I'm going to put 6 up here because that was A times C, and I'm going to find the factors, okay? So remember, now I didn't teach you guys this last class, but this is important. When you have a positive 6, your factors could also be a negative and a negative, because a negative times a negative is a positive. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do so. Okay, so my first factor pair is 1 times 6, because that's the easy one. But I could also use negative 1 times negative 6, because negative 1 times negative 6 is a positive 6. Okay, so then you're going to do, we have one more set of factor pairs for 6, and that's 2 and 3, and negative 2 and negative 3. So that was step 3, okay? My next step is then to find the 2. Now you'll see how this works. We're going to go through the factor pairs, and we're going to find which one is added up to get negative 5, okay? So if we're just going to add, so 1 plus, we're going to do this one first. 1 plus 6 equals 7, and not negative 5, because this is B. So cancel out. Negative 1 plus negative 6 gets me negative 7, and that's not negative 5, so that cancels out. Then I have 2 plus 3, which gives me a positive 5, but that doesn't equal negative 5, so that cancels out. And then lastly, I have a negative 2 plus a negative 3, and that checks that does equal negative 5. So what you're going to do is you're going to square the factor that you chose, okay? And then you're going to go down to the next step, which is to write your parentheses, okay? When A equals 1, you put an X, so that was the next step. And then your final step is to fill the parentheses with the factors you chose. In this case, we chose negative 2 and negative 3, okay? So in my parentheses, the first one's going to say negative 2, and the second one's going to say negative 3. Okay? Now, what's important about this one is this is a little tip. So, tip, you could write this down. When you have a positive A times C and B is negative, you only have to write I'm going to erase that. You only have to write the negative factor pairs. Okay, and the same vice versa. If B were to be positive, you would only write the positive factor pairs. Okay, so that's a little tip. So that goes for positive and negative numbers, okay? But only when your A times C is a positive number, okay? All right, so there's nothing I could do, so unfortunately I have to erase this. Okay, so I will pause this video and get everything written down, and unfortunately I do have to erase it and go to number 3, because every time I move it, it won't stay there, okay? So pause and get this written down because I'm erasing it right now. All right, so now we are going to go ahead and do number 3, okay? So we are going to label, and labeling A equals 1, B equals negative 8, and C equals negative 20, okay? So that was my first step. My second step is to multiply 1 and negative 20, which is A times C, and gets me a negative 20. Now I need to find all the factors of A times C. So all the factors of negative 20, okay? So when you have a negative number, remember we have to have 2 pairs that look alike, but with opposite signs. So as I go through, you will see. We have a 1, a negative 1, and a positive 20, and then a 1 and a negative 20. A negative 2 and a positive 10, and then a 2 and a negative 10. And then lastly, we have a negative 4 and a 5, and then a 4 and a negative 5. So those are all my factors of negative 20, okay? My next step is then to add each of these pairs up, right? And see if we can get B. My B is negative 8, Okay? So, as I go through, does negative 1 plus 20 equal negative 8? No. 1 plus negative 20 is negative 19, not negative 8. Negative 2 plus 10 is positive 8, not negative 8. 2 plus negative 10 is negative 8, okay? So this is a possibility, so I'm going to square it. I'm going to still keep going on, though, because we don't know. Is negative 4 plus 5... Negative 4 plus 5 is a positive 1, not negative 8. And 4 plus negative 5 is negative 1, not negative 8. So we found our pair. Okay? That's the factor pair we are choosing. So the following step is then to make your parentheses. And the step after that is if a equals 1, we could put an x in the parentheses automatically. Okay? Then we are going to fill our parentheses with my factor pairs that I chose. So a positive 2 and a negative 10. And that is my answer for number 3. Okay? All right, on to number 4. Okay? We have identify A, B, and C. A is 1. B is 1. Remember, we could put a 1 in front of x. Okay? And then C equals negative 12. All right? So here, that's my first step. My second step is then to multiply A times C. So 1 times negative 12, which gets me a negative 12. Okay? Then I need to find all my factors of negative 12. This is the same one as last time. Because I have a negative number, I need to list all the factors with different negatives. So similar pairs with different negatives. Okay? So 1 times negative 12, negative 1 times 12. Then 2 times negative 6, and negative 2 times 6. Then 3 times negative 4, and negative 4, and negative 3 times positive 4. So those are all of my factors. Okay? So then we are going to go through the list, because that's my next step, and see which factor pair adds up to get a positive 1, because that's B. Okay? So 1 plus negative 12 is a negative 11, not 1. So I crossed it out. Negative 1 plus 12 is a positive 11, not 1. So I crossed it out. 2 plus negative 6 is negative 4, not 1. So I crossed it out. Negative 2 plus 6 is a positive 4, not 1, so I cross it out. 3 plus negative 4 is a negative 1, not 1, so I cross it out. And then negative 3 plus 4 is finally 1, so this is the factor pair that we are choosing. Because negative 3 plus 4 adds up to get me B. Okay? So my next step is then to write my 2 sets of parentheses and leave an x in front, because A equals 1. I then can use these factor pairs that I chose and write them into the parentheses. So x minus 3 and x plus 4. Okay? And that is where we are at. All right? Then we're going to go on to number 5. Okay? So here is where I'm going to show you something. So I'm going to first do my first step, which is labeling. Okay, so A equals 1, B equals 16, and C equals 63. Okay, so what we're going to do now is multiply A times C. So 1 times 63, which in the end gets me 63. And now I'm going to find all the factors of 63. But this is where my tip comes in, okay? So because I have a positive 63, we know that technically we have to, these are both factor pairs, because a negative times a negative is a positive. But because we have a positive 16x, we know that the negative factors cannot be our answers, because it'll get you a negative number. Okay, so all we have to list here is our positive factors. Okay, so my positive factors are 1 and 63, 3 and 21, and then 7 and 9, okay? So what we're going to do is we need to add these up to see which one gets us 16, okay? 1 plus 63 is 64, so not 16. 3 plus 21 is 24, so not 16, but 7 plus 9 does indeed equal 16. Okay, so those are the factor pairs that we are choosing. Okay, so then you can go ahead and draw your parentheses. Because A is 1, we could put an X in both of our parentheses up at front. Okay, then we are going to use our chosen factor pairs and write them in. So X plus 7, X plus 9. Okay, these could also be interchangeable. If you wanted to put X plus 9 and then X plus 7, that's okay. They're the same answer. Okay? And then lastly is number 6. Okay? So same thing. A equals 1, B equals -5, and C equals -36. Okay? Then we're going to multiply A times C to get us a -36. Then I'm going to have to go find all the factors of -36, okay? And here is where I need to list all of them because my A times C is a negative number, okay? So I have 1 times -36 and -1 times 36. I then have 2 times -18 and -2 times 18, 3 times -12, -3 times 12, 4 times -9, -4 times 9, and then -6 and 6. You do not need to write -6, +6, and then +6, -6 because they're the same numbers, okay? So here's all my factors of -36, okay? So now I need to find which one of these adds up to get me a -5. So when I add the 2, it'll get me a -5. Okay, 1 times -36 gets me a -35, so we know that's not the right answer. -1 plus 36 is a +35, that's not the answer. 2 plus -18 is a -16, not the answer. -2 plus 18 is a +16, not the answer. 3 plus 12 plus -12 is a -9, not the right answer. -3 plus 12 is a +9, not the right answer. 4 plus -9 gets me a -5. So this is a possibility, so I'm going to go ahead and square it. -4 plus 9 is +5, and then -6 plus 6 is 0. So we have found our factors, okay? So then I go and write my parentheses because I'm following my steps. Then I'm going to write X in front because A equals 1. I then can use my factor pair that I chose to plug into my parentheses and get my final answer. Okay? So that was the basics of our lesson today. Okay, if you have any questions, please email me or text me. I will be on a Google Meet today and for the rest of the week if you have any questions. Okay, have a good day. I also will be posting a video of our activity of me doing the first one so you guys get the idea. Okay?